guy seems to be passed out. I don't know. We're trying to find some life. A few males and females have been shot.
Some stories keep you up at night. This is one of them. Welcome to the show, 6, You Shall Not Murder. A late night drive, a chilling phone call, and then silence. Bryce Laspisa vanished without a trace, leaving behind only an overturned SUV and endless unanswered questions. The mysterious disappearance of Bryce Laspisa stands as one of the most perplexing missing persons cases of recent times. This 19-year-old college student from Illinois vanished under bizarre circumstances in August 2013, leaving behind a trail of questions that remain unanswered to this day. The case has captivated investigators and the public alike, highlighting how someone can seemingly vanish without a trace even in our modern, interconnected world. Bryce was pursuing graphic design at Sierra College in California, known for his charismatic personality and creative talents. His future seemed bright and full of promise until troubling signs began to emerge in late August 2013. Friends noticed significant behavioral changes that would later be scrutinized for clues about his disappearance. He began giving away his personal possessions, an action that many would later interpret as a potential warning sign. He abruptly ended his relationship with his girlfriend, adding to the pattern of unusual behavior. Perhaps most concerning was his reported heavy drinking and use of Vivance, a prescription stimulant known to potentially cause erratic behavior when misused. The events of August 28, 2013 marked the beginning of an inexplicable journey that would lead to one of California's most baffling missing persons cases. Bryce got into his 2003 Toyota Highlander and began driving south toward his parents' home in Laguna Niguel, California. What should have been a straightforward trip became increasingly strange as the hours passed, with Bryce's behavior growing more erratic and concerning. The timeline of his last known movements reveals a series of red flags that, in hindsight, seem to point to a young man in crisis. He spent over 13 hours on a drive that typically takes 7, with no clear explanation for the delay or extended stops. On August 29th at 9 a.m., his parents received a concerning call from a roadside assistance worker who had discovered Bryce at the Buttonwillow Rest area along Interstate 5. According to the worker's account, Bryce had been sitting in his parked car for hours, staring ahead blankly in what appeared to be a dissociative state. The roadside assistance worker, showing concern for Bryce's welfare, checked on him multiple times throughout the day. Each time, Bryce insisted he was fine, repeatedly stating he just needed to get some air. His parents, while worried, were unaware of the full extent of their son's unusual behavior and encouraged him to continue his journey home, a decision that would later haunt them. The final confirmed contact with Bryce came around 2 a.m. when he called his mother to say he was en route home. This last conversation would become a crucial piece of the puzzle, as it represents the last known communication from Bryce. By dawn, authorities discovered his SUV overturned near Castaic Lake, approximately 90 miles from the rest stop where he had spent so many hours the previous day. The scene at Castaic Lake raised more questions than answers. The rear window of the Toyota Highlander was broken from the inside, suggesting a possible desperate attempt to escape the vehicle. However, Bryce's personal belongings, including his phone, wallet, and laptop, remained in the vehicle. items that most people would take if planning to leave voluntarily. Most critically, there was no sign of Bryce himself, no blood evidence suggesting serious injury, and no clear indication of which direction he might have gone. Several theories have emerged to explain his disappearance, each with its own supporting evidence and challenges. The accident and disorientation theory suggests that Bryce, potentially in an altered mental state, became disoriented after the crash and wandered into the surrounding wilderness. The rugged terrain around Castaic Lake could have proven fatal for someone in a confused state, especially at night and potentially under the influence of substances. The foul play theory, while lacking direct evidence, cannot be dismissed. Though there were no immediate signs of a struggle, the remote location and nighttime circumstances could have made Bryce vulnerable to opportunistic criminals or dangerous individuals. The broken window and abandoned personal belongings could support either voluntary departure or forced removal from the vehicle. The intentional disappearance theory gains credibility from Bryce's unusual behavior in the days leading up to his vanishing. His actions of giving away possessions and breaking off relationships could be interpreted as preparation for deliberately starting a new life somewhere else. However, leaving behind his wallet and phone would make such a transition extremely difficult in modern society. The medical or psychological crisis theory considers the combination of Vivant's use, sleep deprivation, and apparent stress as potential triggers for a severe psychological episode. This might explain his erratic behavior, extended stay at the rest stop, and could have led to impaired decision-making during those crucial hours before his disappearance. The search efforts following Bryce's disappearance were extensive and thorough. His family mobilized a comprehensive search operation involving helicopters, diving teams, and scent dogs. Hundreds of volunteers combed the area for weeks, yet not a single piece of physical evidence, no footprints, no clothing, nothing was ever found. The complete lack of physical evidence has only deepened the mystery surrounding his disappearance. The investigation continues to this day, with Bryce's parents refusing to give up hope of finding answers. They've distributed flyers nationwide and enlisted private investigators to follow up on leads. While tips have occasionally surfaced over the years, none have led to concrete answers about Bryce's whereabouts or fate. The case remains active, with authorities still seeking any information that might help solve this perplexing disappearance. This case has left an indelible mark on missing persons investigations, demonstrating how quickly and mysteriously someone can vanish even in our modern connected world. The combination of odd behavior, unexplained actions, and complete lack of physical evidence makes Bryce Laspisa's disappearance particularly haunting. For those with any information about Bryce Laspisa's disappearance, authorities continue to seek leads that might finally bring closure to this baffling case. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and keep questioning the truth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more chilling stories. Till then, Truth Seeker.